Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyabhati Vastakya Desata Oma Jnana Timirandasya Gyanam Gyana Salakaya Chakshuru Militam Tasmai Shri Gurave Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sujita Padakavala Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabhadutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Padam Savana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Paye Vancha Kalpataruyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So, yesterday we had a meeting. Most of the devotees who are inmates here at the Braj Eco Village here in Laguna, Alaminos. Is it Alaminos? Kalawan, Alaminos, sister. Yes, we spoke about community, cooperation, and unity in Krishna consciousness. So I thought we can continue on with the topic, plus a little bit more. I have this book that was recently published by a group of devotees who became inspired from my lectures, and they compiled from the 7 topics, which is in this book, Message for the Soul, different quotes from Srila Prabhupada, from our Guru Maharaj, Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami, Maharaj, and also excerpts from my lectures to put it in one small book, about 120 pages or so, less than that, 115. And so what I'm going to speak on is also based from this book, especially chapter 5. It's entitled Association. Because association is very much needed from the beginning, in the middle, and in the end, and after, eternally. It's like our whole movement is about association. Without the association of devotees, it's very difficult to continue on in the practice of bhakti yoga. So it's that verse, Ado Shada Tatu Sadhu Sangha, Tato Bhajana Kriya, Tato Nabriti, Tato Nista, Tato Ruchi, then Ashakti, then Bhava, then Prema. So all the way from the very beginning of our devotional service until we reach that plateau of pure bhakti, association is always going to be there. So this is chapter 5. There are 7 major chapters here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to read the introduction and from Srila Prabhupada's quotes from his different lectures, purport, and yes, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and so on. There's about 25 different quotes from Srila Prabhupada here. So we're just going to choose a few at a time, and let's see how far we can go. And then we can open for discussion. Chapter 5, Association, the Inspiration. In the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, association, sadhu sangha, is repeatedly emphasized as the foundation of spiritual advancement. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada frequently explained that a devotee's progress depends not only on personal discipline, but also on the quality of one's relationships with other devotees. His disciples and followers have further illuminated this teaching, stressing that association functions both as a protective shield against Maya or illusion and as a catalyst for developing higher taste in devotional life. This chapter presents 3 complementary perspectives: Srila Prabhupada's scriptural and practical instructions on association, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj's elaboration on association and relationships among devotees, and His Holiness Bhakti Anugrah Janardhan Swami Maharaj's contemporary reflections on cultivating respect, gratitude, and friendship within the community of practitioners. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and Association. Prabhupada's writings and lectures establish the significance of association in the practice of bhakti. The following 25 selections illustrate the depth of his teaching. These statements collectively demonstrate that association is not merely a supporting factor, but the very root, protection, and perfection of devotional service. Okay, we'll read number 1. Devotee association is the root of bhakti. It's from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila, chapter 22, text 83, purport. The root cause of devotional service to Lord Krishna is association with advanced devotees. Even when one's dormant love for Krishna awakens, association with devotees is still most essential. So as Prabhupada mentions here in the purport, the initial stage of how we encountered the devotees is because of the devotees, their association. Either through Harinam, we saw them in the Harinam, ecstatic chanting and dancing of the devotees. Either through book distribution, we met a devotee on the street giving us a pamphlet or a small book or Bhagavad Gita, or we met them during the prasadam distribution, Food for Life. So you can ask yourself, how did you meet the devotees? How did you first encounter? What is your first encounter in devotional service or spiritual life or Krishna consciousness? Who is that first person who introduced you in Krishna consciousness? Can you remember, Nitai? Of course, family, right? You grew up just like your children of Radhanath. So they grew up. But many of us, we didn't grow up in Krishna consciousness. I can still remember, I didn't meet any devotees after 7 years of having come in contact with Srila Prabhupada's books. So that is like, I never met any devotee then. I was trying to go to, there is one center, but I'm not able to go. I think I went late at night. But no, I never met. That was in 1977. I encountered Srila Prabhupada's book. So that's my first encounter or my first meeting with Srila Prabhupada through his books. Madan Mohan Prabhu, who was your first devotee that you ever met?
I had a roommate back when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a devotee. He introduced me to Krishna.
Yeah. What's his name?
His name is, I can remember, his nickname is Boyet.
Boyet.
But he was introduced by a devotee. His name is Parameswar. Maybe you know him, Mark. Parameswar is Ansaduta disciple. So they were the ones who introduced me.
Yeah, there is no hope. The whole world will be bereft of Krishna consciousness if they will not meet any devotee. That's why it says that the devotees of the Lord, they're more merciful than the Lord himself. Because Krishna, he only comes once in one day of Lord Brahma. which means that the possibility of even meeting Lord Krishna or Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not everyone also realize that they are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Um, Without the mercy of Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, then Jagai Madai also will not take up Krishna consciousness. So, Kandarpa, who's your first devotee you've met?
There was also a book in our house.
Ah.
With a group of black men. And then weeks after, I saw the same book on a display from a watch repair shop.
Where?
Watch repair shop.
Watch repair shop.
Yeah, it's owned by a devotee
Hmm.
and developer. And then, when I stopped by, it so happened that the devotee preacher was also there, Radha Mohan. So then that's how I started joining their satsang.
Yes. The meeting of the devotees or ways how we got connected, it's priceless. These are all Krishna's arrangement. As Paramatma, he guided us having the hint from within us that we are desirous also to be serious or to take up Krishna consciousness, even in a very minuscule way, very faint way. So, yes, and even in the topmost level of bhakti, like the acharyas, like the six Goswamis, they're also yearning for the association from each other. They did not say, okay, I've already realized Krishna. Actually, the more one makes advancement in Krishna consciousness, the more one is looking for Krishna and will never come to the point admitting that I already found Krishna. They always keep on looking for Krishna, even though they already have Krishna. So those who says, I have Krishna, they don't have Krishna. But a genuine devotee, out of humility, they will always looking for Krishna, even though they already have Krishna. And they relish to share Krishna consciousness with like-minded devotees or associates. They share. This is one of the six loving exchanges we were discussing yesterday. Revealing one's mind in confidence. And again, a devotee is ready to be corrected. It's very important. Because Sanatan Goswami, he will correct Raghunath Das Goswami. They're they're manjaris, of course, in the eternal Leela of Radha and Krishna. But to exemplify and to teach us that the process we have to follow, they come to the platform whereby they can express or explain to us in a simple way that even amongst themselves they're very, very exalted, but they are correcting each other. Remember that story of Raghunath Das Goswami? He was doing his bhajan, and in those days there are no bhajan kutirs. That means bhajan kutir means like a solitary place where you can privately you can do your bhajan. So Raghunath Das Goswami in those days, 500 years ago, there are no such thing as shelter. They will live under a tree every night. Each night, one tree. never the same tree. So he would chant his japa, and in those days also there are many wild animals, beasts, and he was chanting, and there was a tiger nearby. So he was oblivious, not concerned about his surroundings. And Sanatan Goswami noticed this, that he was chanting at the same time. There was a tiger nearby. So he chastised him, don't ever do that again. But at the same time, actually, Krishna was there guarding Raghunath Das Goswami so that he will not be harmed. And Sanatan Goswami saw this. He says, don't do things that will have Krishna serve you. Don't execute things that Krishna will be there to serve you. He says, don't do that again. So, but he was still very adamant, and he started to chant also in the middle of the day. So it was so hot. He was chanting, and then Radharani came with her, lower part of her sari, and she put her sari like this so that Raghunath Das Goswami will have a shade and have the sun not to penetrate too much, otherwise he'll get sick. And then Sanatan Goswami saw this again. So he was corrected twice. See, I told you never ever do anything that the Lord or Srimati Radharani will serve you. So even in the topmost level, the association is there for aligning us in such a way that we'll be able to execute our bhakti properly, accordingly, and not to inconvenience others, especially Krishna and Radharani. This is very high level. So again, because of our being conditioned souls, still we have a tendency to commit mistakes. We have a tendency to be illusioned. Our senses are imperfect, and tendency to cheat. So if there are devotees who are in the position or authorities who are senior than us, and they're really caring to the juniors, to correct them, the juniors in reciprocal, to reciprocate, they should admire and be thankful that, thank you. Thank you for correcting me. Of course, the correction has to be done in private. Prabhupada says, you praise a person in public, but you correct a person privately, because it could be embarrassing or humiliating if one is being corrected. And we should not correct others out of our false ego. That's another thing. And community, amongst community members, there is also how we should be serving the Lord according to our ability, capacity. Our service are all diverse, different, but we should be also harmoniously serving the Lord. even though we all have different services to perform, to do, to offer. Everyone should be trying to help each other at the same time to make everyone's offering to the Lord pleasurable to the Lord. Uh, in an orchestra, is there a Manila Symphony Orchestra? Yes? So they all play different instruments. One is playing trombone or big trumpet. What do you call this? Like big bazooka. No, something like really big. Some playing violin, some playing guitar or drums or string instruments. But the conductor managed to, when it's time for you to play, he will just go like this with his small wand stick, and everyone is like very, very harmoniously. They all play their instruments accordingly, right timing, right pitch, right everything. So, and Srila Prabhupada is like our conductor. And his back. The conductor, he's not facing the audience. The conductor, actually, we can see only the conductor's back. So, yes, the spiritual master is the conductor. And here, the conductor is Guru Maharaj. So all of us should play our role. And again, the association, we grow. The root cause of bhakti is the association of devotees. That is the root cause, but that doesn't mean it ends there. We need Vaishnava association from the beginning, in the middle, in the end, and eternally. It's not just certain part of our bhakti life. No. Yeah, without the association of devotees, there is no progress. We were talking about yesterday that because during the day we all are kind of like scattered in such a way that we are doing different seva. We're lucky if we can see each other during the day, but at least early in the morning, that is the best time. The only time that we actually associate with each other in chanting, especially the morning program. It starts at 4:30. Then the Tulsi Puja, then the Japa. In Vrindavan, I asked the brahmacharis to chant as many rounds as possible. It's better to finish one's rounds before 10 a.m. because after that, the modes of nature becomes very thick. It goes from mode of goodness to mode of passion and then mode of ignorance. And the mind follows. If we're not so much careful, that the mind follows also as the day goes on, the modes of nature. So in Vrindavan, we are in charge of about 200 brahmacharis. We have 200 brahmacharis there. Here also, there's a lot of brahmacharis, but I only notice only one devotee is wearing saffron. Brahmacharinis also is there, Prabhupada says, I want all of my disciples to become sannyasis, both boys and girls. What? How is that? I mean, the mood, the spirit of sannyas means detach, focus. Meaning of sannyas means engage 24 hours in Krishna consciousness. So everyone who is here and the immediate neighbors, you should also be in the mood of sannyas. That means engage 24 hours, even with your family members. So, yes, the Mangalarti, the morning, Prabhupada says both morning and evening program should be there, should be followed. Obviously, by the end of the day, everyone is so exhausted and not able to come. But at least in the morning, make it as a regular habit. You may not be able to come 7 days a week, but try maybe like 3 or 4 days in a week. It's so nice to see. It's like this morning, the room was almost jam-packed with the devotees. So others who are staying nearby, is a one stone throw away the distance. Why not? In Vrindavan, I've seen and noticed and observed even old people. They will walk for like 15 minutes away from where they stay, their ashram, but they're there. I have one friend is turning 97 years old in 2 months. Oh, he's like old. 97, that means he walks not straight. He walks like, you know, his knees are bent. But he's there every day. And he's right there in front of Krishna Balaram, an elderly gentleman. Because if there is a will, there is a way. If we really want to follow the instructions coming from Srila Prabhupada, it is for our own benefit. As we were talking yesterday, when we go for darshan, it is not us that really having darshan of the Lord. It is the Lord having darshan of us. So when we come, the Lord is happy more than us in a way that we are trying. Our endeavor is there in such a way that, yes, I want to please Guru and Krishna. So I'm here to attend because the morning program, Grihastas should have a morning program as well. If the kids cannot come, they're still young, they're not able to wake up early, but at least the husband can come one time and then the wife can come the other time. Alternate, right? So that one will be able to look after the children. Without devotee association, there is no progress. Lecture on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 62 to 72 in Los Angeles, December 19, 1968. Without the association of devotees, nobody can advance. Now, what does that mean by association? Again, it's not just a casual, casual association or greeting each other when they meet. Kind of like inquiring how they're doing. How are you doing, Prabhu? How's your health? How's Grihastha ashram? Um, anything I can do for you, like offering one's service or a lending hand if there is some issue that you may feel that the other devotee is facing. We all have to face the material world in such a way that there is always going to be struggle. No one in this world not struggling. Can you raise your hand if you're not struggling? Come on, be humble. Everybody, even the ant is struggling to find the next grain of sugar. So we all have issues, and we can keep it to ourselves, yes, but then it is dangerous, it is risky, because there'll be a tendency that if we keep it to ourselves, then one may be depressed. Number one on the counter medicine in America that's being prescribed is antidepressant. Antidepressant. Depressed on what? Depressed on the condition of their life. So many issues, so many problems, so many things to always be thinking, I know someone, and he's always depressed, and he's taking this medicine, and I cannot. I tried, I told him. It's part of the karma also, of course, but without the association of devotees, he could be suicidal. He could be in a very, very dangerous position that he would rather give up his life. So I've seen him, he's making progress, but very slow, really having difficulty. You can tell a devotee who's having difficulty. As we mentioned yesterday, the face is the index of the mind. You cannot hide to ascertain a person. It's just by looking at the face, trying to hide something. So we should, when we see a devotee like that, try to be a little bit more personal and be genuine, having genuine concern. That is how we can lend our hand or our arm to appease or lessen the burden. Because no one else, the materialists cannot help the devotees, can they? Or maybe. Yeah, well, if we're sick, we have to go to a doctor. But most of the devotees, if they are not well spiritually, is because of emotional problems. But mainly the sadhana is not very strong. Our Guru Maharaj says, or Prabhupada says, no morning program, no spiritual life. Especially the hearing of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is the panacea. What's a panacea? Panacea means like it is the medicine that one can be relieved from the scorching heat. The material world is compared to a forest which is on fire. Material existence It's a blazing fire of material existence. Dahil so Srimad Bhagavatam is compared to a brilliant sun that dissipates the darkness, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy in Kali Yuga. So Prabhupada, he prescribed us to hear Srimad Bhagavatam even for 20 or 30 minutes every day. But if you are near the temple, or if you are in the temple, then you please come. Or sometimes devotees, they'll be up late at night doing some service, and then it'll be difficult for them to get up for Mangal Arti. At least they should be present here during the japa time, and chant at least half of the rounds, 8 rounds of japa in the morning. We have a long japa time here, 2 hours, eh? 5:30 to 7:30. In Vrindavan, no, we have less. But here we have less time for Raj Bhoga offering. Only 15 minutes. Am I correct? Raj Bhoga is the main offering for the Lord. At least you should have half an hour to eat. I don't think you eat 15 minutes. You eat 15 minutes? I don't eat 15 minutes unless you are like, you don't chew. Raj Bhoga is supposed to be 30 minutes to have the Lord enjoy the offering. It's just a comment. So, yes. Association with devotees means association with Krishna. This is a lecture by His Divine Grace in the Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 9, Text 1, New York, November 19, 1966. If you associate with devotees, you're associating with Krishna, because a devotee never forgets Krishna. He is 24 hours engaged in Krishna's service. So this is very important. Of course, there are different levels of bhaktas or devotees. Some are neophytes, some are in the Madhyam platform, and some are in the Uttama platform. So as much as possible, we try to associate with those who are more advanced than we are. If we associate with the Kanista, then there is no way we can make advancement. But we can make them advance by our association. Yeah, but Prabhupada specifically mentions here that when we associate with devotees, it's not different than associating with Lord Krishna, which means that whenever there is a group of devotees or a meeting of devotees, then we don't have any other subject matter or any topic to talk about. Prabhupada gave an example. It's like a businessman meeting another businessman. Do you expect that they'll be talking about Krishna? Radhanath Prabhu? What will they talk about? Business, money, capital. Hey, I want you to invest with me. I have a new idea. You want to be a partner? Okay, how much? Oh, a couple million only. We can be partners. Yeah, this is a good venture. I'm sure this will be successful. Trust me. Okay, I trust you. You're my friend. How much do we need? There you go. I withdraw from ATM immediately. But devotees, when they meet each other, yeah, We can ask Prabhuji, what are you reading today? What is it what is your realization in Krishna consciousness recently? I see that you're very enthusiastic these days. What is your secret? What is that formula that you're doing? Yeah, I'm having difficulty. Wonder if you can help me. My Krishna consciousness is going down. Is there anything that you think I'm lacking or I need to improve? This is association. This association. Oh, I tasted your prasadam the other day. What is your secret recipe? Nothing, just love and devotion. A little bit of oregano or something, chili here. No chili, no chili. So association with devotees, Krishna is present. Whenever there is a group of devotees meeting together, they don't have any other business except to talk about Krishna's name, fame, form, qualities, and pastimes. Nothing else. So, yes, associating or association with devotees means association with Krishna. We don't have any other life. When we come to Krishna consciousness, our life should be fully dedicated to Krishna. Of course, that's why we're having difficulties if we are diverted our attention. But it should be Krishna more. Many times we're asked, Maharaj, how can I balance material and spiritual life? So I told him, you cannot balance it 50-50. It's not possible. At least it should be 51% spiritual. And time-wise, you cannot say, okay, I'm going to do, so let's say my waking hours is like what, 10 hours or 12 hours? You cannot say, okay, 6 hours to Krishna and 6 hours to mundane activities, seemingly mundane activities. No. Especially the Grihastas, they'll spend more time if they're working outside in the work field, seemingly in the mundane platform. So that's why, again, the morning program is very, very essential. Gopinath, Hare Krishna.
What did he do?
Nothing. So, yes, it's invaluable. It's non-negotiable. It's not an option. Especially because the devotees are there when we see the devotees and share our time. It should be quality time. Let's say 2 hours of our whole day is for Krishna. Yes, the Grihastas, you don't have much time. The most complaint that I receive from Grihastas is that I don't have time. Is that true, Rambhadra Prabhu?
Yes.
We still have a lot of things to paint, okay? No time. But we all have 24 hours. No less, no more. Rambhadra doesn't have 24 hours and 1 second in one day. All of us have only 24 hours. Yeah, so we have to utilize that time. One of the symptoms or qualities, those who are in the Bhava Bhakti, is that they don't waste time. They wish that they have more than 24 hours, but we cannot have. So utilize whatever specified time for spiritual activities, but it should be quality time. Quality. And when we meet the devotees, it should be really quality time with them. Quality time with them. There are 6 loving exchanges with the devotees. So we should try to implement that. This is how our community will be thriving. Thriving means improving, going up and up and up. In unity, in cooperation. Cooperation is very much needed. So for those who are brahmanas, at least they should spend 2 hours to 3 hours of seva, practical service, to render for their lordships once a week. It should not be just, oh, they have enough brahmanas, temple, they have brahmacharis, so they can do it. No. And then what is the use of being a brahmana, having a brahman thread, or asking Guru Maharaj, I want to be a brahmana, I want to be second initiated. What is the use of that if you don't do any practical service for the Lord? Either through cooking, making garlands, or doing artik. Yes? We're not here to increase brahmanas for not having the Lord being served. Brahmana means you get closer to Krishna, doing seva, and getting closer to the spiritual master by doing service again to the deities. Okay, it's a very nice topic. This is what our Guru Maharaj says. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj says. Let me see. Association with devotees means there's so many statements here, but I'm just kind of like chose this one. Association with devotees means that we come to the temple and we serve together. A temple is a perfect place to associate with devotees. Namahata and Bhakti Vriksha are other forums for associating with devotees. When we get together, whether in the temple or anywhere else, our business should not be prajalpa, useless talk or gossip. Don't be a marites. We mentioned that yesterday. In America, they call them Karen. Special name. In the Philippines, it's marites, huh? Our business should be Krishna Katha, stories about the Lord. If we get together with devotees and then just engage in prajalpa, then that is not beneficial. Krishna says that the austerity of the tongue is to speak the truth, speak palatable words, recite Vedic literatures, the holy name, etc. This is tapasya. This is the price we have to pay for advancing spiritually. In the material world, there is disunity between individual souls, but if we are serving Krishna, our goal is to serve Krishna. We are working in friendship, in unity with each other. Then the Supreme Lord will be very much pleased. And if the Supreme Lord is very much pleased, then we would achieve the goal of life. But if the Supreme Lord is not pleased, then everything is simply a waste of time. So our goal should be to please the Lord. The Lord desires that we work in friendship. There's no other friends out there. So-called friends out there is only in the material platform. Real friendship is in the spiritual platform. Mm. So we should have a clear understanding amongst each other. Uh, Real friends are amongst the devotees only. One way to achieve friendship amongst devotees is to look at the good points in others. The swan lives in a clean environment, whereas the crow likes garbage, even though both are birds of the same feather. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada says that a devotee should be willing to see other Vaishnavas' good points and appreciate the good points rather than just talk about the weak points. If we do that, then that will help us create a positive mood, which will help in uniting devotees. So, yes, if somehow we are concerned with a devotee that needs help, it's better to go directly to that devotee and talk personally instead of spreading rumors or gossip. Oh, the devotee is such and such like this. So we should be careful of this kind of like prajalpa or chismis. And then if the other devotee says, "Oh yeah, really? Oh yeah, well," then you're also part of it. You get implicated. But if you hear immediately, you can tell Prabhuji, why don't you just go straight to the devotee if you want to help that, or the devotee needs help, and we can go together. We can talk to the devotee in order for that devotee to improve or make himself or herself to be on the right direction. Yes. So this is usually the cause of um, disunity of us and them, or having different camps. We should all be in the same camp, Sankirtan mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because this pollutes the atmosphere. Um, it will not help the situation if we are in that kind of mood of talking, undermining. Try to help each and everyone. Be more personal. Okay, let me see here what I said. There is a saying. It's coming from one of my lectures. There is a saying, tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are. Association shapes our destiny. If we wish to advance in spiritual life, we should seek the company of like minded devotees, those whose examples inspire us by their words and deeds. Pure devotees are rare. We may not meet them on every street, but we can and must find sincere, steady devotees and associate with them. It's good also to have a good friend. You may say, what's that? BFF. What's BFF means? Best friend forever. Is good. You have to have one, at least. Now, the best friend devotee, so we call it now BFD. BFD, best friend devotee. No, BFF now. So the devotee could be nearby, it could be somewhere in the Philippines, or it could be on the other side of the world where you can reveal your mind, reveal whether you're in your success or in your failures or some hardships. And in this way, there is always a shoulder to lean on. That's a very good practice to do that. Because again, don't own your own problem. You should share your problem to whom you feel secure, in confidence. You have faith that it will not be broadcasted to the whole community that, hey, he's having problem. Yeah, rah, rah, rah. No, should be there to help. So in this way, one can feel a little bit of light-hearted feelings and clear mind, peaceful, and ultimately will make advancement in Krishna consciousness. Because if you keep the problem itself on your own, it may explode. That's not good. That's not good. Explode means you become critical of others also. You become criticizers, you blaspheme, you blame everyone for everything that's going on in your life. Because there's no one else to blame except ourselves. This is our karma. Hmm. Our karma, we cannot blame others who became the instrument for us to receive that karma. If we cannot develop affection for devotees, we cannot claim to love Krishna. I repeat this one. If we cannot develop affection for devotees, we cannot claim to love Krishna. As Srila Prabhupada would say, if you love me, love my dog. If we cannot relate respectfully to Krishna's servants, how can we please Krishna? This is a secret of success in bhakti. Increase our love for the spiritual master and for the Vaishnavas. Yeah, I cannot say I love Krishna, but I don't like his devotees. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. It's better to say I love his devotees, but I don't have love for Krishna. That is better. That means if you love his devotees, you have love for Krishna, but you're just out of humility. Because the one, when one becomes mature in bhakti, the more he understands that he is unqualified. The more he makes advancement in Krishna consciousness, the more he sees himself very far away from Krishna. It's not the neophyte. Neophyte, they say, I love Krishna. I have love for Krishna. A pure devotee never accepts that he has love for Krishna, that he doesn't have enough qualities that he'll be able to have Krishna within his heart, even though he is full of all the good qualities as mentioned in the Shastra. So we should search for this kind of devotee. Because genuine love, it doesn't show. It's just being, you cannot see it with your eyes, but you can see the emotions of that person. If he has love. If he has love for Krishna, that means he has love for his devotees. It's simple. If he doesn't have love for Krishna, he cannot show his love for Krishna towards his devotees. Okay, I will stop here now.
You can continue, Mark, if you want, and Punjabi is the topic.
Well, yeah, he can do the Arctic. But I would like to suggest, because Raj Bhoga again You may change it. It's up to you. But Resbo is supposed to be half an hour. This is not like morning offering. Okay, I will stop here now. There's so many things to say and to this. We can have a series.
You're coming back March.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any points, any question, any reflection? Mataji? You have something to say? Huh? Who? Any points on this? It's very interesting, isn't it? We're only touching barely. And there are 7 topics here. Each and every topic, we can relate it to community development. Any other points? Yes, Madan Mohan Prabhu. Question. $1,000,000 question.
Maharaj, you had mentioned about Prajalpa,
Yeah.
and sometimes devotees would engage in gossiping.
Sometimes. Okay.
Sometimes I would hear some devotees would say that if the story is true, then it's okay to talk about it. It's no longer gossip because it's true.
No. It is not for us. Again, only Guru and Krishna can judge. Only Guru and Krishna can judge. If we don't have any business to talk about it, better just leave it alone and have the seniors or the authorities deal with it. Like if there is some controversy, let's say, oh, this person is right and this person is wrong. So we should not go into it and talk about, yeah, this person is right, this person. No, it's none of our business. No, we should talk about more how to increase our service or develop more our concern, just in case if someone is having difficulty. But to talk about the problems and the issue, even if it's true or not, if you cannot help and you just keep talking, it's not going to help. It's going to make it worse. And then you become part of the, again, that prajalpa, which is more mode of ignorance. No, if you can help, you don't have to talk. Just go, approach. Prabhuji, I have something to offer to you. I know you need some help. I'm offering you this with love, as a friend, as your senior, or even as a junior. You can help also. But to keep talking about controversies, which may be true, it will not help the situation. It will just pollute our mind, and you will carry this the whole day. It's not healthy. If you know something which is true about what's going on, then better you tell it to the superiors or higher authorities who can deal with it. But to tell it to another person, even if it's true, it will not help the situation. Sometimes the devotee will run away. It happened during Prabhupada's time. Prabhupada says, why you did not tell me? He could have been saved if you just talking and then The devotee felt the pressure. What is the use for me being here? No one really cares. They know I am having problem, but no one is coming forward to check on me. Yeah? So we should talk about how we can help. That is okay. That is good. Actually, that is the best. How we can help. But just to talk about the situation and not doing anything about it, that is not healthy. Do you follow? Yeah. Yeah. So we should check. I mean, a person who is Krishna conscious should check immediately. I will tell Prabhuji, don't talk about me. If you want to talk, yes, but different. And if you talk about this again to me, I will not talk with you anymore. I'm sorry. But we're still friends. It's very difficult. Huh? It's very difficult to deal because we became used. It seems to be like it is normal, but no, it is abnormal because devotees don't talk about like that. Don't take sides. This is the most important. Don't take sides. It's none of our business who is right or who is wrong. I've heard of that also before. It doesn't matter who is right or who is wrong. What is the truth? That what matters. And truth will come out. Truth cannot be hidden. It cannot be covered. It will come out eventually. So we must be very careful in this way. Anything else? Nitai? You have anything to say? Give the mic. Where is back the mic? Give the mic to him.
Thank you, Mark, for your wonderful class. You really pointed out like the importance of association.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes it's very difficult to, especially I guess for the Filipino culture,
Mm-hmm.
to if I should approach this person who I think needs help.
Mm-mm.
Because if I approach them, will he take it or not?
Mm-mm.
Or will it be embarrassing for him? Will it
Mm-mm.
be embarrassing for me?
Mm-mm.
So, like, how do we overcome that?
Um, if you have a good relationship, then you can approach. If you have some kind of good relationship, if you are not so sure, better tell to another devotee who has good relationship with that person concerned. If you cannot find, then better tell to the higher up. That means the authorities of the temple. That I have a friend, but I'm kind of like hesitant to approach him because I don't want to break my relationship with him. I know he's having some problem in Krishna consciousness, and I think you can help him. This is the situation. So, in relationship is very important, but at least each and every one of us should be free to tell another devotee in the community, even as a junior, you can say, Prabhuji, you're more senior than me, but I'm seeing there is some discrepancy. If you don't mind, I'm telling you this out of humility because I look up to you. There are certain ways. It's like an art, and it takes a lot of humility to approach this. Don't do it out of false ego that I know better than you. No, more likely it will not work. Um, each and every circumstance could be dealt in a different way. So you must be expert also to know how to do it. If you're not so sure, tell the authorities that I've seen that this devotee is having difficulty. Actually, he's revealing it to me, but I don't know how to deal with it. Can you please help? It's genuine. So, yeah. Healthy community means we should have an open heart, open for everything, open for correction, open for suggestion, open for improvement, open for chastisement. Problem with Filipinos, they are matampuhin. Matampuhin. You say a little bit and then, oh no, I hate you for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna talk with you for the rest of my life. Get out. Hare Krishna. That is again conditioning. That is conditioned soul. The soul is pure, but it's covered up. Covered up means we identify with the coverings. Therefore, Filipinos are matampuhin. Am I correct, Mataji? Yes? Yes? Okay, okay. But no, balasibuyas, yeah, then that is really very smelly. Yeah. Smell of the onion is not good. It's the more we become Krishna conscious, then the more we can take whatever Krishna gives us along the way. Because everything is, we have to think that everything is for our own purification. Everything that's happening to a devotee's life is for our own purification only. There is no other reason. How we take it, it depends on how Krishna conscious we are. If we're not so Krishna conscious, we will take that reverses coming along our way in a negative way. We should always accept everything in a positive way, even the hardest thing that comes along our way. I've read and I've heard the person who gives you the hardest time, he is your friend. Hare Krishna. He is your friend because he's lightening up your karma. He is not the cause of your suffering. No, he's just the instrument by which the karma that you're about or due to receive, he is the instrument. No. But if he is also like Krishna conscious, he will not dare inflicting heavy pain to others. But because there's lack of Krishna consciousness, he's just the instrument. So if you meet a person, yes, yes.
For women, it's natural to be, talkative, and ask for.
For women
Yes.
and for the men, it's natural to be tahimik.
This is also the men. Is it natural for them to be too much talkative?
It depends on what you're talking.
For joke.
Yeah. So, it's natural? No, it's not. It's not. But yeah, you can minimize if you think that you're just talking too much. But talking too much about Krishna is good.
Maharaj, I have a question.
Yes.
Because personally, I want to know about what's happening with other people. here, not only here, but outside. Because for me, you can learn from their experiences.
Yeah.
So I personally like discussing about the mistakes of other people because we don't want to commit the same stupid mistakes,
Right.
especially stupid mistakes
Sure, sure.
that you can skip by just knowing the, the details of that situation. So this is a question going back to the topic
Mm-mm.
that
Mm-mm.
Prabhupada
Mm-mm.
was asking about. So my opinion is it's okay to talk about these things because we can learn from this.
If it only concerns you, that is okay. But if it doesn't concern you, there's no need. You just want to see the good things in others, even if they're like, even a person is not really a good example, but that person or that devotee, I'm sure the devotee must have at least one good quality that you want to imbibe or
What
apply.
I was saying about we don't want to commit the same stupid mistakes.
But you will not commit the same stupid mistake if you're Krishna conscious. All you have to be developing though is your own Krishna consciousness. Your own Krishna consciousness. If you just want to develop your own Krishna consciousness, those mistakes you will overpass. Because the mistakes that we do or we commit is because our lack of Krishna consciousness. So why don't we just be more concerned about our own Krishna consciousness? If there is a way that person approach you and asking for some help, then it's okay. That becomes your concern, how to help. But to hear others, then you just absorb the whole day looking for mistakes of everyone. How can I improve? Why don't we just set ourselves an example of how I can improve myself? If something is wrong, because we are not, see, Prabhupada says the duty of the managers is to look for mistakes. Managers, because they're managing the temple. They want to see what is wrong so that they can be improved. But for a sadhaka, practitioners, beginners, we should be looking more inside of myself. Others, they will deal with those. Others will deal with that. It is not for us to deal with it. So that means then you're always in your mind, yeah, I should not do that. Let's change the approach now. What should I do to improve? Not that what should I not do because of the mistakes of others. My approach should be now, what should I do to improve myself, even without looking at others' mistakes that I should not do? Yeah, that is healthy.
Maharaj, is that what we call comparing notes?
Huh?
Is that what we call comparing notes?
Comparing notes. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
March, I just want to add, I think in Bhagavatam there's so many stories there
Yeah.
that are quite uplifting actually. Just like for example, Narad Muni, a very low birth, just have a single mom. It's like basically so relevant nowadays, especially in Philippines. There's a lot of single mothers, even joining the so many. And so of course, as a child growing up, he would have had a lot of like pains and a lot of imbalance will be there.
Mhm.
The father is not even mentioned in the Bhagavatam.
No.
So he must be like, I don't know, an unwanted child, I don't know.
Well, he was absorbed in serving.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's a good thing if we find stories like that in the Bhagavatam, because then you see how successfully he has overcome all these
Yeah.
traumas and all that through the association with devotees. And so when we had also our Vaishnavi retreat and all that, so many things came up, you know. And actually, this therapy is only devotional service, so that's the
Yeah.
example Narayani. And from my own also, I've experienced it actually that all kinds of traumas can also be overcome with just devotional service.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we should be focusing more.
Let's absorb more ourselves in hearing and chanting. Then we don't have time to hear others. If we are concerned and when the circumstance is there that we are meant to help them, then that is fine. But we cannot do anything because that is their karma. And the only thing that can stop that is, again, bhakti. Yeah, bhakti. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Philippines, they have so many single parent. Hare Krishna. That is like part of the nature in the Philippines. Hmm.
Number one in teenage pregnancy.
In the world,
Yes, teenage pregnancy.
teenage, yeah. In lack of education, lack of education, lack of training. It becomes like a norm. But we accept anyone and everyone if they come to Krishna consciousness. Okay, we stop here. Srila Prabhupada K. Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande Hari Hari Bol Hari Om Tat Sat. Dhanyabad.
This always Bhakti-Nugaha Tarirat Swami Maharaj ki
Mhm. If there are many questions, I'll answer you later on, okay? We have to end up now. Hare Krishna. Yes, we will.